Alexa and you're watching Cassette Media. I'm here with Perth band Make Them Suffer.
I'm Sean, I do vocals.
And I'm Chris and I do bass.
Okay guys, so your music is described as symphonic death metal. Now, what exactly influences that kind of genre?
Well, we all have like a broad range of influences really. It's not all just restricted to like metal or hardcore death metal. Mostly like Whitechapel, Bleeding Through, Atrophy, Dimmu Borgir, but anything like from those bands to like Placebo and like Kings of Leon, like The Cure, mostly for like song structure and stuff like that.
Okay.
We don't really listen to like the sort of music we used to listen to when we started the band, so that was like when we were shaping the sound. Like, for example, now like he listens to heaps of like Blue Bay Fiasco, and I'm always listening to Wu-Tang and stuff like that. But,
Oh really?
Yes, I know, so it's a bit different, but I don't know. Like, we don't necessarily have individual influences. We just work together as a group.
Yeah,
creating the sound that we're all happy with. So
Okay.
Sort of like we write the songs with like influences in mind to have this overall sound, but the way we structure songs is more based around like our more like softer influences or like influences from a different genre.
Okay.
So
Cool. Well,
it all
clearly
kind of
it's
like
working.
ties together in the end.
So you recently came back from your first national tour. How was it?
bad. That was good.
The worst time ever.
I don't know. It was heaps of sleeping on the floor and not having money and bumming lifts and stuff like that.
2-minute noodles?
Yeah. And
And a whole lot of Subway.
yeah, Subway, pretty much. We just lived off Subway. But it was still heaps of fun. Like, pretty much as soon as I got back, I was like, after 2 days, I was like, when can I go back on tour again?
What did it feel like going and playing to crowds who'd never seen you before?
It sort of felt like we were starting out again, like from the first shows, trying to like being a touring band. It kind of takes a while to warm them into the sound. Like it'll take like a song or two before anyone even gets into it.
And did they?
Yeah,
Did you win?
yeah. We
Yeah.
got some really good responses, like particularly in Sydney. I think having played with a lot of bands from Sydney and like that area,
They spread the
helped.
word and
Yeah,
helped us out a bit.
yeah.
Okay, so your EP, Lord of Woe, which you will be giving out to people tonight. Who did you record that with? I mean, you've had such a massive success with it already.
We recorded that with Roland Lim from Singapore, and he's done a lot of bands. Like he's done Birds of Tokyo. He did Discord's first EP. He did Arturo Chaos' EP.
We're thinking of recording the upcoming album with him, but because we've always had to fly him over, and he works off this little setup. He's got like this little hard drive and a bunch of clip-on mics and stuff like that. But back in Singapore, he's got actually his own studio and like.
Is that the
really
plan
sweet-
then? You're actually going there this time?
That's
Well, we're talking about it. We're still sort of
It's in
working
the
out,
air.
and we want to make it sound as good as we can. Because first album, there's a lot of
pressure.
yeah.
Yeah, how's
and
it feel to be on the list of, bands to look out for in 2011?
It's pretty overwhelming.
That's-
We weren't really
that's
expecting anything like that.
We didn't even know that we were going to be in the what was it?
The poster, yeah,
the poster
poster
edition,
making.
like the Australian bands
Yeah.
poster edition, and then that just came out like this month.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I sort of went into
It
the
was
news
just
site
a
and had a look. And
surprise.
it's
Now they're
like,
doing it without us having to hit them up, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Alright, so in a couple of months you're actually going to be leaving on your second tour, and then a third one pretty much right after that. So where can people see you?
they're not 100% confirmed yet, but we're going back over in July to do Sydney and Melbourne.
It's not really a tour, it's just more like a long weekend that we're just going to spend playing at hopefully all the sort of, the Destroyer Lines venues and
Yeah.
some all ages
Sort
shows.
of playing in some spots where we didn't get a chance to on the previous tour just finished. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And then November around later on, we'll be like,
yeah,
before-
the one we're doing at the end of the year is going to be another like month's tour.
Yeah.
Let's take some fucking toast.
Okay, you've already had in the past year some massive supports. the most recent being the Under Oath and the A Day to Remember at the Astor. Were you surprised to get that slot, given like the genre that you play in?
Yeah, we were. When I got the call from our booking agent, I was sort of like, wow, really? Like, we weren't going to say no. That's a huge opportunity to play like a sold-out show and at the Astor
So much
Theatre.
exposure. Like,
Yeah.
and even though we're heavy, I still think like I didn't feel out of place when we were playing it.
No, and because like a lot of people that go to the bigger shows don't go to local shows, and they don't
Yeah.
know like what local bands are out there.
Who do you think are the bands to look out for in Perth, other than yourselves, obviously?
Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier are bringing out their first album in July, which is going to be sick. That's going to do so much for them. In League, who they're doing heaps of good stuff as well. They're going like to America and stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, how many Perth bands like go to America to like record their first album? So
Okay, so you're renowned for having so much energy on stage. I mean, what else can people expect from your shows?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Probably wouldn't come.
A CD in the face, maybe?
Yeah, CD in the face. I don't know.
Whose idea was that, by the
it
way?
was just really spontaneous. I mean, I took one shirt that was just laying around in one of the rooms at home, and I was like, I'll just chuck it out after we finish. And I chucked it out, and I could hear like people in the front going like a bit crazy for it. So, and we already had like the rest of the merch backstage. I went out there and was like hanging out. I was like throwing them out into the crowd, and then like sort of feeding the audience full of stuff. Getting really involved, and we ran out of like merch to throw, and like people were like sort of booing, and I was like, oh, like, nothing else to throw. So like I grabbed the CDs, and like people were keen for that. So then I went into the front and gave them out, and like Tim gave some out as well.
Did anyone lose an eye?
Probably unintentionally. Like, it's totally not my fault. But yeah, but no, it was pretty cool. Like there were so many CDs on the floor, but like people were just chucking them around.
Yeah,
like,
you could see during a day to remember the set there would just be like a CD case flying like up in the air above them. Like it was fun.
the sequel to Tron.
Yeah.
We've actually had a fan question come in, which is they want to know that all the promo pictures and on the Facebook you have a girl listed as your keyboardist,
Yeah.
but this girl is never actually on stage with you, and you play to a click track. What's with that?
She's got other commitments and stuff. Like she's doing law at uni and stuff like that. And the fact is that the amount of layers of strings and synth that we have at the moment, like, is impossible to play for one person. So we would have to play with some sort of backing and a click track anyway.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe just have someone doing the piano, for example.
Playing to a click track isn't necessarily like something to be frowned upon. I think there's so many bands that play to a click track,
And it's more of a temporary thing anyway. Like
it's sort of stayed around a lot longer than we have
Yeah.
wanted to. It's just really hard for us to sort of find someone to do it live. Hopefully,
We're just
really
looking-
soon we're gonna have that sorted.
yeah,
on
we're
the
looking
DL.
for the perfect person. But yeah, it's just.
Okay, so should probably wrap things up because you guys have got to do your sound check and play tonight.
Yep.
Where can people get your music?
Either on iTunes, which is actually a lot cheaper on iTunes if people can be bothered buying it from iTunes. You can get it from JB Hi-Fi if you go in there and order it. 78 Records have it, I believe.
Or if you're coming tonight, you can get one for free.
Tonight?
Yeah.
So, not that this will,
A lot of-
aired tonight.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of the like sort of smaller city stores in Perth, they all have it. I think Mills and Frio has it as well. Planet has it. Over east, you can get it in like similar sort of stores and like JB Hi-Fi and like online. You can still get it on our Big Cartel as well for cheap. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for staying here and speaking to us at Cassette Media.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.